going on, YouTube? Hey, it's been a minute. I know. And I'm sorry. And as you can see, there's been many additions. But anyways, hey, today, it's been a long time coming. It's something that I promised way back when I made my first videos. And today what we're doing is I'm gonna do a maintenance cleaning on my Fluval 307 canister filter. So stick around, super easy process. For someone who's never done it before, you're gonna learn a lot of new good information. And just stick with me, we'll get through it step by step. Cake. So let's get into it. Here we have the Fluval 307 canister filter. If you didn't see it on my last videos, maybe my first or second video, something like that, I showed you everything that came with this filter, kind of like an unboxing kind of thing, set it all up, and this is what I've been running in my tank ever since basically when I started. I really didn't want to mess with hang on the back filter, which if you watch other videos you might hear it be called an HOB filter, which is hang on back filter. So I went ahead and just started all with this, and this has been the best investment I've made so far when it comes to this tank. The water stays crystal clear, never had any issues. All the live bacteria in here has been contained, and it's been keeping all my water parameters exactly where it needs to be. So really, if you're running a tank, I'd say 30 gallons or more, go to canister filter, and you can either go with a filter that's just big enough for the tank that you have, or you can go bigger and overfiltrate, which there's never anything wrong with that. So this 307 can handle anything upwards of 100 gallons or more. I want to say, and maybe somebody can correct me, but I'm pretty sure it's safe to use anything over 125 up to 150 gallons, and this is only a 60 gallon tank, so definitely over filtering, which is perfect in my case. So here's a couple things you're gonna make sure you have when doing maintenance cleaning. So first off, as you can see, towel on the ground, just in case. You might make a little bit of a mess with water, but that's what the towel is for. And definitely have a bucket. Now, preferably a brand new clean bucket, or the bucket that you've always used only for your fish. If you have any other buckets laying around that you use for like car washes, or it's been sitting in your garage or basement for a hot minute and maybe some chemicals or crap got into it, it's not good enough to assume that if you clean it, it'll be good to go. Don't even take that chance. Use a bucket, either brand new or a bucket that you already have been using strictly and only for your fish tank. So we have here, and like I said, towel down. Now, once you have the water shut off, go ahead and unplug it and stop the water flow. There's a red tab that you pop up, and it disconnects the hoses. You pull it out slowly, shake it off, make sure you get any excess water out, then put it off to the side. I'm looking inside there, I got literally maybe 2 or 3 drops of water, so it's actually really good as far as a shut-off valve goes. Now, when you're looking down into the holes right now, there's a surface of water. You want to be super careful with this part and don't get any water splashed all over the place. So what you'll do is, you have these 2 side clips here. You're gonna pop them open, and you would assume, all right, cool, I can pull it up, but literally, that's me picking up with force. Can't do it. So what you want to do is, when you pop these open, get your weight over it, push down, and it'll pop up. Once it's popped up, you can pull it up, you can pull the head up, and again, careful with the dripping water. Once you have this top off, you can go ahead and set it to the side. We don't need to do anything with that. There's a little debris here, but what we'll do is, once we're at the last step, I might wipe it off real quick, but nothing here to be concerned with. Set that to the side on my towel. Now check it out. In here, again, if you've seen my earlier videos when I set this thing up and took it apart, you know exactly what to expect when getting into this. So here's a top lid that's covering your biomedia and all other kind of media that you have in there for filtration. And take this, throw it in the bucket, okay? Now, you put your finger in here into the tab where your trays are, pull it up nice and slow. Again, sponges and whatnot in here, they're gonna be full of water. So make sure you drain it out nice and good. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the bucket as well. Let that drain. Now you got a bunch of water in here. You're gonna take all that water, hold down your filter here, and just pour it all into your bucket. Okay. Now you're wondering why you're keeping this water? It's because this water is what you're gonna actually use to clean off everything in your filter. What you don't want to use is clean water from the tap because it contains chlorine, and you might think, all right, cool, well then let me dose it with like C-Chem Prime or something like that to kill all the bacteria, or to get rid of all the chlorine and whatnot. Still not good enough. Don't do it, don't take a risk. Do not kill your live bacteria, your beneficial bacteria. This is the whole reason why we rinse and wash everything with the water that's inside the filter. You take that out, and you set that down. This is still draining, so it holds a lot of water. So what I'm gonna do, instead of waiting this whole time, whatever is left, put the rest of that in there. I'm gonna put it back in here so that it's contained in the right way. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our cover plate right there. Simple. We're gonna take it, dump it in the water a couple times. Don't need to scrub. Shake it off. And ladies and gentlemen, clean. That's it. That's all we're doing. So let's start with our coarse filter, or coarse sponges, I should say. So we're gonna have our egg crate filters, sponges. I gotta keep calling them filters. This whole thing's a filter. Sponge. Now, yes, believe it or not, this was once blue. I'm not sure how you're picking it up on the screen, but it almost looks black. It's got all that crap in it. So we're gonna take it, dump it in the water, give it a bunch of good squeezes, take it out, shake it out, done. And yes, the water is gonna get nasty and dirty, so that's it. Once I give it a couple good squeezes, let it drain, shake it out, squeeze it, and check this out, like magic. All this stuff is out of there. You can see all the holes and perforations are clear. Now let's compare that to the dirty one so you can see what I'm talking about. There you go. Dirty and clean. Dirty, clean. So that's what we're doing. Take the clean one, set it off to the side, do the same thing. Drain it, squeeze it. Sponges go a long way, so don't feel like every time you're gonna do maintenance on your filter and clean it, you gotta buy all new sponges and parts. This stuff can get pricey, so reuse, reuse, reuse. And again, it might seem like I cleaned a bunch off, but within the sponge, deep inside, a lot of beneficial bacteria still in there, living and well, which is crucial for a cycled tank to keep it nice and healthy. Now on the back side, we've got our other coarse filters. These once upon a time were white, and now they look like crap. So, same thing we did with the other sponges. There you go, both sides. Throw it in there, squeeze them out. By the way, guys, if you haven't done so already, please help me out. Hit that thumbs up button. Share this video, subscribe. Hit that bell so you don't miss future new videos. I promise they're coming. I won't keep you guys waiting as long as I did before. So there you go. For the most part, nice and cleaned out. We're gonna compare that with the dirty one to give you an idea. There you go. Hope the camera's picking that up. Looks like it. There you go. Yes, it used to be white, therefore it's going to stain, but believe it or not, this is a clean, good to go filter. I might let this go for 1 more month and then maybe swap out for new ones. But when you do that, it's very important to not go crazy and buy all new sponges, because again, there's living bacteria in all of this. So if you're gonna replace and get new stuff, maybe one part of it at a time. So maybe next month I'll replace these and get brand new ones. The month after I'll replace the blue ones and get new ones. The month after that I might get black coarse sponges for the cartridges, which I'll show you in a second. So probably a good idea, keep that in mind. So put that aside, same thing. There you go, set that aside. Now we can take our tray. It's got some crap in there, but go ahead, dump that in the water. Dunk it, turn it, twist it, shake it. I feel like those old toys, what's it called? Bop it, twist it, pull it. Right? That's it, no scrubbing needed, guys. Don't worry about getting in there and going crazy. Like, I promise you, it's clean. I know that there's some people out there, and I'm one of them, super neat, clean freak, germaphobe, everything has to be perfect, very particular. This is clean. So exactly what I'm doing is exactly what you should be doing. Don't think you need to take any extra steps, I promise. Now, we can get to our cartridges. There we go. What you see here looks like dirty cotton or maybe dirty sponges, but this is actually polyfill. So shout out to my guy, Kev at Caveman Aquatics. If you haven't seen him yet, go check him out. His channel is dope. And to be honest with you, he's actually the inspiration behind my videos and kind of why I got into this, especially African cichlids. So again, Caveman Aquatics, check him out. Now, he recommended using polyfill, which I went ahead and did, and it works amazing as far as keeping your water nice and clean, catching any extra particles that might have gone through your filtration. This stuff is so cheap. You can buy a big bag at Walmart or get it on Amazon for under $5. The beautiful thing is you take this, get it all out of there, and that's trash. You can actually get rid of this, don't worry about it, don't need it. We're gonna refill it with new stuff. And I'm actually adding some new stuff that I bought into my filter to help out with beneficial bacteria and keeping everything clean. So check this out. That looks delicious. Sick. Sick! All right, so next, what do we got? There's green pads in here. These are our phosphorus pads. Go ahead and take these out. And just like the sponges, we're gonna take these and we're gonna go ahead and dump them in the water, squeeze them out, get all that junk out of it. So there's the difference. Clean, dirty, not too bad. Put that aside, do the same thing for the other one. Now that we got these two phosphorus pads clean, if you look inside your tray, you probably got some gunk, just like that. It's like the red tray. We're gonna dump it in the water, splash it around, dunk it a few times. That's all you're gonna do. It's good stuff. Once you rinse it out, what's left is the good stuff. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and plop these back in there. They are the shape of the hole, so you can't put it any other way but the right way. So stuff them in there. That tray is good to go for now. Now, what we got here? We've got our fluval rings. These don't actually get too gritty and nasty and dirty. They are porous rock. Live bacteria grows inside, around, and within it. So this really requires nothing much. All you gotta do is take it into your water, dump it without any of those rings falling out. Shake them off, and that's it. Good to go, perfect. Got one last tray. Once again, I went ahead and filled this with polyfill above my black coarse sponges. So just like the last one, we're gonna take it, pull it out. That is nasty. But what that tells me is it did its job, exactly what we needed to do. So, just like the last one, take it, throw it away. All right. And inside our bottom and last tray, we have 2 black, coarse egg crate sponges. Take that, dump it in the water. And the other one, same thing. I'd show you the difference in cleanliness, but you're not gonna be able to tell since the sponges are black, so. I'm gonna go ahead and get right to it. And guess what? Same process. Here in a second, I'm gonna show you what this water looks like. It's not pretty, but it'll give you perspective. That sponge is clean. So check this out. What you see in the tank as clean, clear water, that's what's keeping it clean and clear. This canister filter is awesome. And all of that was able to get trapped in this filtration system and kept out of my water. This last tray, we're gonna do the same thing. Dump it in there, give it a couple shakes, and that's it. This is good to go. All right, so I'm back. Covered to that nasty water, and what we're gonna do now is assemble everything back together with a little bit of a twist. I'm adding new things to this to optimize my filter. We're gonna take our bottom tray, empty, nothing in it. We're gonna go ahead and take our, I'm gonna call this a canister filter basket holder. I don't know the correct name for this, but that's how that goes. We're gonna take our clean, black, coarse sponges. We're gonna go ahead and, as you can see the egg crate surface, we're gonna take that egg crate surface and we're gonna put it downwards into our basket. Take the other one, do the same exact thing, downwards into the basket. Now, that we have this together, I'm gonna put this to the side just for a second so I can go back to our main sponges. So this is the tray for our main sponges. Take our, what used to be white sponges on the back side of our tray. I'm gonna stuff it in there. It's got a retaining, I guess, clip or tabs up here at the top that you're gonna get your sponge behind. You're gonna put it in there. You're gonna settle it down into its spot. You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi? Kisses? Kisses? Thank you. Take her on the sponge, same thing. In its slot, put it behind that retaining tab. And then settle it down in there. Wow, my knuckles are ashy. Please don't mind that. So now it's in there, secure, and going nowhere. Flip it. We're gonna take our blue sponges. Now, same thing as the black ones, that egg crate design that we see there, we're gonna put this facing the outside, so facing up since we have it laying down. Or we're gonna have it so that way the egg crates are exposed. Maybe that's a better word. Put it in there, should be a perfect fit, nice and snug. Push down on it, make sure it's in there. Boom, just like that. Hope you guys can see that. Take the other one, same thing. Foolproof, just like that. Into its slot, drop it right down in there. Push it down, make sure it's secure, and there you go. That's how it should look inside of your filter. I'm gonna take this and put it off to the side for just a sec. And we're gonna go back to our cartridges. We have 3 of them. This is a Fluval 307. And the 3 correlates with how many trays you have inside of your canister, in which case the 307 pulls 3. So, black filters into the bottom. And what do we have here? A big old bag of polyfill. can get this at Walmart. You can probably get it at Target or Target. You can get it on Amazon, eBay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 good wads in here on top of these black sponges. This is a very, very fine material, which acts like a fine sponge. This is the stuff that I threw away earlier. They got really nasty. So all you're gonna do is take some out, pull it out, get it all together. So right now, it's not gonna look pretty. We're just gonna get it in there for now, real quick. I stuff the edges down, so that way when you put the next crate on top, you don't have any polyfill that's sticking out. There you go, that's easy as that. Half handful, I guess you can say. Bunch it up so that way there's no flyaways. Stuff it right in there. And again, with one finger I'll push down around the edges so that there's no polyfill protruding out once I put the next crate on top. And there you go. Take our Fluval rings. We're gonna slide that right on top. Just like that. These Fluval rings are like a rock material. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but it's got really small dots all over it. And live bacteria, the beneficial bacteria, has an opportunity to grow all around, inside, on the surface, and everything. The material that it's made of actually aids in helping the bacteria cling on to it. That's what that does. Now, I'm going to introduce to the tank Chem Matrix. It allows a certain bacteria to grow that feeds and eats off of nitrates in your tank, which helps in keeping your levels down if you have an issue with nitrates. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna add this to it. So they basically look like rocks, but they're super light. You can tell they're not rocks. And same thing, they're supposed to be very porous and give the ability, just like the Fluval rings, for bacteria to grow on it. So I'm actually gonna put some of this in with the rings. Because why not? Take our other tray where we have our phosphorus pad, take this tray, put it on top, and I'm gonna fill the rest of this with the matrix. And that is the whole bottle. This right here is a 10-ounce container of Chem Matrix. So if you have a 307 and you're trying to follow along doing what I'm doing, a 10-ounce bottle or larger is what you're gonna want. And now, finally, I have here Chem Purigen. It comes with 1 pouch of the Purigen. Now, if I can describe this to you guys, it's like very fine, tiny bits of what looks like beads. No lie, probably about the size of grains of sand. And it smells like pool water. It is a premium synthetic absorbent that is unlike any other filtration product. Purigen controls ammonia, nitrites, and nitrates by removing nitrogenous organic waste that would otherwise release these harmful compounds. Polishes water to unparalleled clarity. So, it recommends for a new pouch to go ahead and rinse it under some tap water. In doing so, what happened was a lot of dust and residue came out with it. So that way when you throw it in your tank for the first time or into your filter and you start to back up, you won't see like a big, huge cloud of remnants from these pads. So we're gonna take it, we're gonna put it down into our last tray. Now I've seen videos where they only are good, like one is good enough to put on one side. I've been debating this, so I'm gonna go ahead and try doing what I've seen other people do. This is my first time trying it, so that's what I'm gonna do. It says it's supposed to treat up to 100 US gallons or 400 liters. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. That's that. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna grab our canister. We're gonna take our trays, put them right back into our canister. Just like that. That's what we have. All right, my good people, now for the last step. Here's what I'm gonna do. So as you know, we drained the filter of all the water, so now we need to put water back into it. But what we're not going to do is put tap water into our filter to fill it up and murder all of that good beneficial bacteria that's necessary for our tank and our fishy friends. I'm going to use this gravel vac to siphon water out of the tank into the filter and start it back up. Got the water flow going, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my filter with the water from the tank that the beneficial bacteria has already been introduced to. Once you get up to the top, I recommend either pinching off your hose or topping off the very tip with your finger and putting it back into the tank so that way you don't make a mess of water everywhere. I'm approaching the top now. I'm actually gonna bring this water all the way to the very top. I'm gonna top it off just like that. I got my finger over it. I'm trying to make as little of a mess as possible if you haven't noticed. So a couple of drops won't hurt because we have a towel on the ground. I'm gonna take the top or the head of the filter, place it right on top, and there we go. So I figured I might have overflown. So there you guys have it. That's basically all of it in a nutshell. That's how you maintenance your Fluval 307. Now, obviously, different clothes, different hat, different day. The audio had to be kind of cut off because if you didn't hear, there's a lot of craziness going on in the background with noise and whatnot. So I kind of had to hurry up on the end part. So I really just wanted to get you guys the meat and potatoes of what it takes to maintenance your Fluval 307 or any 07 series, whether it be the 107, 207, 307, or 407. And believe it or not, it's not too much different from the FX series as well. Obviously the design is different, but the concept is all the same. As far as the Purigen goes, since this is my first time ever using it, as well as the Matrix, I definitely do plan on giving you updates and making future videos, updating how it actually went. Thank you all for watching my video. If you haven't already, check out some other videos that I made. So guys, please, if you like what I'm putting out, please smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos. I know you hear it in every single YouTube video nowadays that you watch, but it's really gonna help me out. I'm not as consistent as I would like to be as far as making videos and putting them out. Kind of like once a week is what I want to get at, and I know for a fact I will get there. But yeah, if you like this content, please let me know in the comments below, good or bad, doesn't matter. Let's start a conversation. Let me know what you think I did right or what I did wrong. Tell me what you think I could have done better. Tell me maybe something you want to see, because I'm kind of new at this game. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna act like I'm a super veteran and I've been doing this for years. I've honestly just picked this up this year and I fell in love with it, and I'm going. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.